stitches. A little bit ago, we reacted to an episode of Jenny Jones called Hey Punk, Lose the Funk, and I mentioned in that video that I had a few other shows like that that I wanted to react to. So here is the next installment of whatever we're calling this series. Today's episode is yet another installment of Jenny Jones. I think this is gonna be our last episode of Jenny Jones, but she did a pretty long series on these. This particular episode is part of the Makeover My Outrageous Teen Girl series, and she did tons of these episodes. I've only been able to find one on YouTube, and it is, again, a very low quality VHS rip. But this is definitely one of the better episodes, I would say. So last time we had a mix of both men and women of various different ages. Some of them were teenagers, some of them were in their 20s. And in this episode, all of them are teenagers and all of them are female. So sorry guys, it's only girls in this one.
Just your average kids. But their parents say there is a problem.
Of course, we open up with a montage of baby photos because why not?
Their kids have come a long way from those baby pictures. They're teenagers now, and they look a little different today. Everybody okay? All right. Let me introduce our guests, okay? First of all, this is Leanne and her 15-year-old daughter, Carrie. When she was 13, Carrie decided to change her look. She shaved her head and pierced her ear with a thumbtack. At 15, she is no longer in school. This is Dan and his 18-year-old daughter, Sunny. She's been dressing and looking like this since she was 12. Her dad wants her to look like, and to use his words, a girly girl. This is Deb and her 13-year-old daughter, April. April started dressing punk about 6 months ago. She has pierced her ear, her own eyebrow, and plans to pierce her lip, nose, and tongue. This is Laverne and her 19-year-old daughter, Sherilyn. Laverne says she cried. Laverne says she cried for 3 days when her daughter cut her hair into a mohawk. Sherilyn's been dressing like this for 6 years, and Laverne is embarrassed and frustrated. Now, this is Cindy and her 16-year-old daughter, Angie. Cindy says it's her daughter's dangerous obsession with gangs and gang clothing that worries her, and she wants to change that look. This is Stephanie and her 14-year-old niece, Donna, who's been dressing like this since she was 12. Donna says she's attracting much older men and she's concerned for her safety. And finally, this is Cynthia and her 18-year-old daughter, Danielle. Cynthia says she raised her daughter with morals, but you'd never know it today.
So we can see from the stage that only about half of them are like true punks. The rest are what we're going to call gang-related clothing. I am not going to comment as much on this second group of people because just don't particularly want to comment on it.
Well, everyone has a different complaint, and I will tell you this. The purpose of this show is that the moms have asked us if we can help out and try to make over their daughters, in which we are going to do a little in the show. We're going to take a little stop down. We're going to do a complete makeover and see how the new look is with the parents and how the daughters like the new look. They've all agreed.
So just like the last episode, we're going to get a bunch of makeovers at the end where all of these girls will be made to look like normal, upstanding citizens. But first, we're gonna berate them.
Marianne, describe, we just saw a picture. Describe how your daughter used to look.
Okay, my daughter used to be curly-haired, real pretty girl. She's a beautiful girl.
She's still pretty, yeah.
She's still pretty. She was a good girl.
That look on her face clearly tells us that pretty is not one of her goals in life.
Okay, you've had your hand up, yeah.
Your t-shirt should read white trash.
Excuse me?
Show's a little bit more cutthroat than the last one.
I have a 10-year-old daughter, and you know what? You're doing this to your mother. That's why I said that, because you have no respect
You
for
don't
her.
even live with me, so I don't even think you have the right to say that. So
Well, you
sit down, boy.
I'm not even gonna comment on that one.
I had brain surgery, and
You were blind for a while.
and I'm still in this eye, my right eye.
And so what happened?
She would take the phone, like if the phone was for me, and hold it out in front of me and go, "Here, Mom, get the phone," you know.
Hey now.
That sounds like the kind of stuff I would do as a teenager. I mean, Teenagers are shitty people. This is not new to anybody. At least it shouldn't be.
I was asking her, what is she on? What are all of them on to look like that? Most of them.
You have your hand up. This is Sunny, correct?
Yes, I'm
Sunny?
completely straight edge. I do not do drugs. I do not drink, and I do not smoke cigarettes. And I bet every single one of y'all have at least done it once in your life.
I admire people that are straight edge and people that want to be straight edge and people that believe in straight edge values, but at the same time, like, not doing drugs doesn't make you better than other people.
Father Dan, who, as I said earlier, you said you want her to look like a girly girl. Yeah. Before we talk, let's look at their videotape. Take a look at this.
I thought little girls were supposed to be made out of sugar and spice, not sugar and spikes.
That is the greatest pun to ever grace daytime TV.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing. I went to beauty school. Trained professional here.
Your dad may look like a freak, but at least I don't look like an outlaw.
This pair is another that I don't think her dad has any problem with the way that she looks. I think they just wanted to get on TV. With some of these, it's like, yeah, probably the parent did this without the teen knowing about it. It seems like this person in particular actually did stuff outside of this TV show. They're even the one that uploaded this. And it looks like she does like music covers and stuff. So it seems like she was genuinely just part of the punk community and wanted to bring that onto TV where people could see it, which is a pretty common theme with these episodes. Not everybody who is on here is here against their will.
We also have some photos. We have a picture of you. I think you were sort of a preteen here in this photo. Sunny, 12 years old. You're now 18. You've been dressing like this since 12,
My
13.
sister did my hair in that one, by the way. I didn't even
You're
want to do
apologizing for the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Jenny's reaction to her like apologizing for looking normal in one of the photos.
Now your hair is what, green and...
Green, orangish, pink, and got leopard spots.
Okay. You like to wear the most outrageous things you can. Stand up for a second. Let's just look at what we're dealing with here. All right.
You like to wear the most outrageous things you can? I mean, yeah, punk is a pretty outrageous style, but I wouldn't say it's the most outrageous a person can dress. I mean, Jenny Jones has had club kids on her show previous to this. She's seen way wilder stuff.
What would you rather see her? What would you rather she be wearing?
Like a lady, like classy, like a girl, like she's driving down the street one day, she comes home and she's all mad because this old lady just kept staring at her, and I go, what do you expect with bright orange hair? She's had blue, she's had orange, red, green.
Sounds like the type of crap my dad would say to me. Like, these two are probably the least scripted and most refreshing that this show has ever felt. Like, wow, genuine emotion.
What do you want to say?
I don't know, these three over here, they don't look that bad, but the four over here, you look like a bunch of freaks, man. You look like a freaking peacock.
Did they plant this man in the audience? Did they purposefully put a sports jersey on this man so that he could call the punks freaks? I refuse to believe any human being dresses like that, even in the 90s.
I want to know, why can you possibly get a job looking the way you do?
What an interesting and remarkable question that no one's ever asked me before.
Daytime TV's obsession with employment baffles and confuses me because clearly the people watching daytime TV probably didn't really have jobs.
How'd you get a job in a pizza place looking like that?
I can take out my piercings. I work. I realize this is my enjoyment. This is my way of entertainment to myself. I realize to fit in normal society, I have to coat. I change. As long as I can hide it under my hat at work, I can do it. I take out my nose ring, I put in my retainer, I flip it up, I take out my lip ring, and I wear normal makeup.
I'm baffled by the number of non-alternative fashion wearers that are like, but you can look normal sometimes? Yes, sometimes people can look one way in one context, but then change their clothing to look a different way in another context, like say for a job. It's shocking to me how many people don't seem to grasp this very, very basic concept.
The way you all dress, it does draw attention.
I understand staring. It was just she made god-awful faces. Instead of asking why, You know, and sitting there go, why do you wear that? And then make the faces with it. She just stare and judge.
That's a question
like
I'm
I'm
asking.
a freak or, you know.
What are you trying to express if you don't want the attention?
You have to know you are commanding attention by looking like that.
I understand that.
Sure.
They're always like, why? Why do you want to wear something like this? Why do you want to dress outside of the norm? And it's like, maybe the question you should be asking is why everybody else feels the need to wear the exact same thing as everybody else around them. Why are we the weird ones? So many people are like, well, don't you know that you stand out? And it's like, well, yes, obviously we're not blind. Well, some of us are blind, but like, we understand that the way we dress is outside of the norm, but only because everybody else who dresses within the norm dress so fucking boring. I feel like it should be normal to want to express yourself through your appearance because that's the first thing anybody's gonna see about you. So like, why not try to convey as much information about yourself as possible? The fact that everybody seems to want to assimilate and wear the same like jeans and t-shirt uniform that everybody else wears, like that is the part that's strange to me.
Wants to know why. We'll talk to a mom who says her daughter was actually a beauty pageant winner and now she's piercing her own eyebrows. We'll be right back.
Of course, a former beauty pageant mom would bring her goth daughter onto TV.
13 years old. April was a Miss American Princess winner, a beauty pageant winner.
Honestly, she looks more like a skater or a stoner than anything else. Oh my god, I forgot that she dyes her hair with Kool-Aid.
Her hair, shaving her head, and putting makeup on, distorting her face, and she wants to be a model? Right. Who's gonna hire her like this?
I would. In a heartbeat.
We have some photos of how she looked before. Let's take a look at a few younger pictures. I think you're very small. You're about 6 months old.
I'm sorry, but the eyes on that kid make it look a little bit like a demon.
Here you are. Maybe 2 or so, I think.
I want her back.
Look at this human larva that has no sense of independence or self.
Is it sad for you to see this and wish that she could?
She's always so cute.
Here you are.
Do they think that fawning over pictures of toddlers will make their children toddlers again? Like, yeah, I used to be a cute toddler too. You know what happened? About 20 years. That's what happened. And now I'm not a toddler anymore. Your child isn't going to go back to looking like this because they've aged.
10.
So 6 months ago, what happened? What was the first thing that happened?
Well, this was the first thing that happened. See the demons on the shirt? Okay.
What? Dork-sided!
I'm sorry, I can't even take that seriously. What?
She's tampering in dark-sided stuff.
And then we have this here, psychedelic. She thinks hippies are really cool. She wants to go back into the 60s.
You out of school now or back in?
No, I got suspended from school for wearing this and for wearing my pants cut off and for my chain.
This was a weapon, see?
All of that would have been perfectly fine in my school.
Now from our next guest, I want you to meet Laverne and her daughter Sherilyn, who is 19.
I don't know what happened to my daughter. She used to be this really cute little girl, and she had long blonde hair that came clear to her waist. It's strawberry blonde. Everybody thought she was gorgeous. And I taught her that her body was a temple, and she's tattooed it. When she shaved her head, I cried for like 3 days.
Your body is a temple. You know what temples had? Painted walls. Can we just appreciate that like 90s mall goth eyeliner? The swirly eyeliner.
You working?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I work in a daycare.
I know so many goths and punks that have worked in childcare, and I don't really get it.
You got a question? Go ahead.
But wait.
Just one question. How much mousse is that?
This is just Aquanet hairspray in the purple bottle, dude. Totally up there.
I love this guy. Like, he's not, like, he clearly is just amused. He's not, like, offended by any of these people. He's just like, how do you even get it to stand up like that? At least she doesn't use Nox gelatin like the last guy.
Y'all realize that education is so important. Is it really an earring in your nose? Is it that important that you would be willing to be kicked out of school? Don't you want to be a young lady educated? Okay. I mean, you can say, well, I got an earring in my nose. I ain't graduated from high school, but I got an earring in my nose. Don't you want to be an educated young lady?
I mean, it's 90s education, so was it really that good?
When I dyed my hair purple at school, and I did get suspended for that, but I realized that graduating was much more important, so I dyed my hair a normal color so that I could go to school. I had my school make a dress code committee, and we revised the dress code, so the year after I graduated, it is allowed at my school now, but I graduated on time and with good grades and everything, and that was more important to me.
I think it's not necessarily an issue with them wanting to express themselves. It's more an issue of schools just having really weird dress codes, especially with young teenagers that are just learning to experiment with their appearance for the first time. Like, kids should be allowed to experiment with how they present themselves.
Let's take a break. We'll come back with a woman who says her daughter's fashion statement could be a threat to her life due to gangs and gang clothing.
So next we're going to move on to the non-punks. Again, I kind of want to just breeze through them kind of quickly because I don't have as much to say about them.
Very pretty girl. What do you think when you see this picture and you look at your daughter?
Look at how plain I look. That looks so
adorable.
stupid.
You look
even worse, lady, alright? So shut up.
When they come back from their commercial break, they show a flashback of a previous episode and they give an update on where she is, and they say that she hasn't changed. In fact, she's continued to dress weird, and she's even re-pierced her nose because I guess during that episode she must have had a nose piercing that they took out. Good for her.
So your daughter is 16 years old. The problem is a little bit different here. She hasn't changed her face and hair, but the looks have changed. Baggy clothes.
Right. This is actually, it's not so much what I care what she wears. It's what today's meaning is behind all of this. She wears the gang colors.
She's literally wearing black and white.
This is a gang type of the big pants. It's all gang related. She thinks I'm stupid sometimes and I don't know what's going on.
She's wearing a sports jersey.
Now, you are wearing gang colors. Does this mean that you are interested in joining a gang, or is this something that you're
affiliated?
You're affiliated with some gang people?
If she's affiliated,
what do you mean?
won't be coming home with me.
What a way to show how much you love and care for your daughter.
And see, the thing is I think she truly knows where her family is. I've never seen her come home beat up. I've never known her to be like sexed in or anything. I know.
Whoa, what?
Sexed in.
I don't understand. I don't understand, bitch. Don't understand.
Somebody really needs to stop watching daytime TV.
If she's determined I'm out when I'm 18, fine. But when she gets out, she's going to know that she was put out with these family values. And if she wants to turn around and live her life in a different manner, then she's not going to last very long.
If she survives, yeah.
If she survives, are they implying that wearing a sports jersey might end her life? I mean, I'm no sports fan, but I know that, like, some of y'all can get kind of crazy out there, but is she... Come on. The next girl is, they just berate her for showing too much skin, but honestly, like, I feel like teenagers now show way more skin than she does in this episode, so...
Donna, you're 14 years old. You've been dressing like this for a couple of years? True?
Yeah.
Can you show us what you're wearing now? Stand up for a second.
Turn around.
This is how, come on, show up.
Well, she mostly wears this stuff when she's
Like
around.
that.
When she's around me and
Baggy
my friends,
clothes?
she thinks she's my peer, and she's 14 going on 30.
You have boyfriends at 14.
Yes, I do.
And you're sexually active?
Yes, I am.
You see, this is what I mean. This is
Sure you are. Anybody who's actually getting laid doesn't have to flaunt the fact that they're getting laid. Just saying.
You lie to your father about where you're going.
Yeah, I mean... I do respect him. I mean, you guys may think
if you respect somebody, you don't lie to them, so you are not showing respect to your
father's lied to me too.
First off, somebody claims that they are straight edge. They need to be straight edge, not the other. Now to stand up here and say you do not do drugs, you do not drink, and you do not smoke. Any of the three, you better be telling the damn truth.
Sunny going off for some reason.
You said you did not do something. something, and you know damn well what I'm talking about.
Why are you so angry?
Because it puts people like me and Cher to shame when we say we don't do drugs. It puts us to shame because I do not do a damn thing in life. I am not addicted to anything. An expression of somehow. Just shut up.
I do admit that I have tried it. But to tell all of you guys,
so what were you doing the other night when I was in your damn hotel room?
Okay.
Hang on a second. Did you guys talk before the show?
I've been nice to her up until this point, but that pissed me off when she said she did not do anything.
I have tried drugs, yes, I do admit that, but I mean, I've never gotten stoned before in my
Let's switch gears for just a second. Let's just give it a rest. We'll move on and meet.
For some reason, Jenny Jones decides to take the reins on this delicious altercation. I could have gone for 30 more minutes of this myself.
Cynthia and her daughter Danielle, who is 18. Cynthia says her daughter dresses too sleazy. Watch this tape.
I'm just gonna blow by Cynthia completely because I do not agree with any single thing that they say to or about Cynthia. Her normalification is just them taking off her braids and giving her like a straight, relaxed hairstyle, and there's so many things about this that I just don't want to get into.
She acts like I wear this stuff. I do not go anywhere when I wear this. I wear this like around my house, or we have a swimming pool. I'm not swimming in this. And I do not wear this out either, so it's not like
What do you think your mother's problem is then? What's her problem? Why is she so upset?
It all started when I got these. No, Danielle. Yes, it did.
No, Danielle. There is one good moment I will share.
Do you think your mother's jealous?
No.
You said that you tell your mom that you're jealous because you're not fine like me.
She is my mother. I came from her. I'm the reason.
But you have said that to your mom. You have. This is Tell the Truth Day on the Jenny Jones Show.
I genuinely really like her. I think she's kind, and she deserved better than what this show gave her.
Faith, how would you describe the way that your daughter dresses?
She has no imagination.
She has no imagination?
And she wants to make sure that nobody else needs one either.
Damn. That was the sickest burn.
She wears what you call tiny tops with, what do you call them?
Where we're from, they call them coochie cutters.
I've heard that term used before many times as well.
We'll take a break. We have agreed to try to make these daughters over into what their parents want. That may be asking for a miracle, but we're going to try. And when we come back from this next commercial break, you will see a brand new look on all these girls. We'll be right back.
So now that we've met all of the outrageous teens, we're going to see them get toned down makeovers.
We're going to start off with our first lady whose name was Carrie. Let me show you how Carrie looked before she went away to be made over, remember? Okay? Now, wait till you see how she looks now. Here's Carrie with her new look. Come on out, Carrie.
I'm sorry, but that dress looks so bad on her. It is totally the wrong color for her skin tone. It looks bad.
Now let me show you how Sunny looked. Let me remind you, Sunny looked like this before she went away. Are you in for a surprise? Look at Sunny.
I like Sunny's look. I think it looks totally decent. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's also just not her.
What do you think?
Luckily, she doesn't seem like outwardly uncomfortable. She just clearly doesn't like it.
What do you think?
It looks great. I'm just not crazy about the color, but I think it looks really good on her.
I love how he gives like an actual response, like, yeah, it looks good on you. I wouldn't have chosen that color. The mom is just like, oh my god, she looks feminine for once, finally, and like didn't seem to care that the dress actually looked horrible on her.
Let's take a look at how April looked before. This is 13-year-old April before she went back for the makeover, and here she is looking very 13.
This looks like a dress I would have worn in 2nd grade.
What do you think, Dad? She looks different. I love it. Good.
No.
You can tell she loves it. I love it.
I hate it.
You can tell she loves it. No, she doesn't. Don't lie to us like that.
Let me do one more in this segment. This is what Sherilyn looked like. This is going to be very dramatic. Remember Sherilyn? And here she is now. Look at this.
I think it looks cute. I do prefer the new one just because, I mean, it's more in line with my aesthetic. But again, that's my aesthetic and not her aesthetic.
Angie, remember Angie who was wearing the gang clothes and her mother was concerned about some of that?
If sports teams are gangs, then sure.
Here's how she looked before and here's how she looks now.
Okay, this one's also pretty cute. It definitely flatters her a lot more.
What do you think, Mom? What do you think, Cindy? Cindy, you like this?
I think she's, whoa. Guys,
huh? 14-year-old Donna, this is how she looks before the makeover. Let's take a look. Okay, remember? And now here's Donna with her new look.
The only thing I dislike about this outfit is that shirt. It's just, did they really think cheap satin was gonna make her look less tacky?
Okay, let me show you Danielle. Danielle was 18. This is how she looked before. Remember, her mom did not like this look. Here's Danielle with her new makeover, her new look.
Does anybody else notice that the dress they put her in is the exact same length as what she was wearing before? Just saying.
Oh, that's true. That's very different. The hair, everything. Very different. It looks great. It looks great.
They literally just straightened her hair and gave her her mom's hairstyle.
Dorothy looked like this before her makeover, remember? Dorothy's 15 years old. Here's Dorothy with her new look. Look at this.
Dorothy looks so cute in that dress. I cannot deny it. She looks pretty adorable.
Are you her father? Stand up for a second. What's a very dramatic difference? What do you think?
That's a change.
Well, yeah, but do you like it better?
Yeah, I like it better.
Okay.
She genuinely looks like a completely different person. Anyway, that is Makeover My Outrageous Teen from the Jenny Jones Show. I hope that this was enjoyable for all of you. My next weird makeover show reaction, I promise, will not be Jenny Jones. If you have any recommendations for things that you want to see me react to in this manner, please leave them in the comments. I got some good responses last time, although it does seem that most of you just want to watch me suffer, which, I mean, I guess I'm down with. So I really enjoy making these videos, and it seems like you guys enjoyed the last one, so I'm happy to make more of them. And with that, that's all I have for today's video. I will see you all next time. Bye!